The question that people ask in modern dating is, should men pay on the first date? A lot of people feel because women are now earning more, they're able to access the job market just the same way that men are able to, that they should split the bill. So I'm going to put an end to all of this right now, and I'm basically going to give you my analysis of if men should pay, whether it benefits women, whether it benefits men, and I think I have a solution that you guys are going to really like. You guys don't know who I am. My name is Sumi. I talk a lot about relationships, dating, lifestyle, business. If you ever want to stay on top of all my videos, hit that bell notification. Click the link down below if you want to join my private community. If you ever want to work with me, if you ever want to connect with me, I love talking to people, connecting with people, and just having engaging conversation. So that's down there for you guys. And let's jump into today's episode. Should men pay on the first date? Now, I'm not going to drag this out to the end of the video, but I'm going to just tell you, yes, men should always pay for the first date. But the reason that men should pay for the first date is not what you think. Yes, I am a little old school in the way that I think, and I do think men should pay, but there are a lot of benefits to a man paying for a date for the man as well, just as much as they are for the woman. We live in a society today where women can make just as much money as their male counterparts. In fact, a lot of younger women are making more than the men in the job force, which is very interesting. But those men are expected to pay for dinner, and dinners are not cheap. The economy is not the best. It's a lot more expensive nowadays, and a good dinner outside in Cleveland, Ohio is gonna cost you $150 to $300. That's just for a dinner of two. With the appetizer, with a glass of wine, and with the main entrees, it's gonna cost that much with the tip. Now, you go to big cities like Miami, it can get $300 to $800 for a dinner for two. Yes, I am not joking. And you might be saying, Sumi, you're going to fancy places, you're going to all these nice restaurants. This is for regular places. You want to get into higher echelon places like Poppy Steak in Miami, that's going to cost you a band at least. So it can get very expensive. And so for all my guys out there, you're like, why would I pay $1,000 potentially for a girl that I just met? Let me break it down for you, okay? This video is aimed to women and men. So ladies, listen along. Guys, please take notes because this is going to make a lot more sense towards the end. The first thing that I want you to understand is that you should never take a woman on a date unless you're absolutely sure of her. You should not take a woman out unless you actually have an interest in her. This is not you playing Minesweeper where you're just clicking around trying to find somebody. I'm very, very different when it comes to my approach on taking girls on dates. A lot of guys think that my philosophy is just go up to a girl, ask her on a date, and then see if you like her. No. You need to know that you like her before. This is very, very important. The reason that you're failing in dating, the reason that you're unsuccessful in dating is because you don't have a system, a foolproof system that's going to allow you to get high quality leads in terms of dating partners, funnel them in, and then obviously find the one that makes sense for you. And then from there, there's a whole platform and philosophy on how to maintain a girl, on how to maintain a relationship, and how to keep her happy while also elevating in your own life. The first thing that I'll tell guys is that when you meet a girl, get her number. Don't try to get her social media. Don't try to get her Snapchat. Get her phone number. And then from there, you want to hit a FaceTime. If she likes you, if she's interested in you, she's going to pick up the FaceTime. You guys are going to have a conversation, and you're going to feel each other out. On the FaceTime itself, you're not going to really be able to tell everything about her, but you can tell if she's got a baby daddy around, she got a couple kids, she's got a pet cat, she's got a fish tank in the background. You could tell if she's a smoker or not. You can tell a lot from somebody just by FaceTiming them for, a couple hours every now and then. And I know that sounds like a lot, but this is what you need to do. You need to be able to talk to someone first, understand them, feel their energy, have a conversation with them before you go and sit down at a fancy restaurant. Then from the FaceTime, what I'd rather you do is go on a quick date, a smoothie, a coffee, something small where you should pay for it. Now, even though that's the first date and it's not a fancy dinner date that's going to cost you a lot of money, you should still pay for it. And I'm going to tell you, if it goes well in the physical aspect, if the chemistry is there in person, because sometimes it does lose translation from the phone to the in person, then you take her on a dinner date. And I think you should always pay. A lot of men will take a girl on a date that they don't really know and they'll pay for her. And the number one thing that happens is they don't end up seeing her again. There's actually a statistic on this. The amount of first dates that get followed up by a second date are 11%. That means that almost 9 out of 10 times, you are not going to get a return for your investment. Yes, you're putting money, $300, $500, $1,000, whatever it is, even if it's $100, it is still money that you worked hard for. And a lot of women will say, oh, that's nothing. Okay, if it's nothing, then you pay for the date. That's exactly my point. Paying for a date is expensive for a guy. I think that men should pay, but I don't think you should just do it if you see a girl and you think that she's beautiful. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of pretty girls out there in the world today. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but the overabundance of attractive women because of dating standards and social standards is at an all-time high. You can find beautiful women everywhere you go. So don't just date a girl because she looks good. Date a girl because she is good, which is why I recommend the FaceTime, the conversation, the coffee date, the smoothie date first before you go on a full bona fide, actual physical date with the girl that you just met potentially. I need you to be able to maintain your self-respect. I need you to test her for authenticity. I need you to know that she's actually into you for you and your conversational abilities, not just for the dinner. Because there's a ton of girls out there, ladies, you know this, don't fucking bullshit me. There's a ton of ladies out there that go on dates just for the dinner. You're hungry. You got to get fed. That's all you do it for. And that to me is almost like begging when it comes to dating, which is a really big turnoff. I want you to go on a date with a girl that is genuinely interested in you. And I want you as a woman to really go on a date with a guy because you actually find chemistry with him. You're going out in public. You're putting your reputation on the line. Everybody in your city is seeing you with this guy that you could potentially end up dating, marrying, so on and so forth. So take it seriously. Do not date as a joke. Now, let me tell you why I think that men should pay for the date. Because you're still going to say women are making just as much money as men. Why would we not just split the bill if we just met each other? There is something that you need to understand. It is still a custom, it is still a norm, and you're still gonna have a large advantage to get a woman if you take her on a date and you pay for it. The moment that you go 50-50 with a woman on the date itself, you are not courting her. You are not getting to her. See, men, we have to do the burden of work up front. We have to court the woman. We have to impress her. We have to wow her. I am still someone that stands on this philosophy, but we do have the keys to the kingdom when it comes to commitment. The commitment is in our ballpark. If you are asking a girl for commitment, you are in the wrong situation. That is an automatic L. You should never be asking a girl for a commitment. You should be the one offering her commitment, because a lot of times it is advantageous for a woman to be in a relationship, whereas for men, we are giving up all of our options in the dating field. And this is something that, as men, we understand that we don't necessarily want to do. Unfortunately, just is the case. Ladies, I know you don't like to hear that, but that's the truth. But men, you hold the keys to commitment. You hold the keys to marriage. You hold the keys to everything. So please, just do yourself a favor, do her a favor, and just pursue a little bit in the beginning, because that's actually what's going to get her to like you. If you are talking to her for a couple hours, if you're taking her out to coffee, you've already invested something that's very valuable, your time. So make sure that your time is worth it by setting a good impression. Let me explain a little bit more of the psychology of paying on the first date. It's a lot more powerful and a lot more seductive to a woman saying, I got a handle, don't worry about it. Instead of saying, hey, let's split the bill. I'll take the drinks. I'll take the apps and my entree. You just get yours. That is not good, okay? I know some women are okay with it. I've actually dated some women that are like, I want to pay the bill. I never accept paying the bill. And I'm going to tell you something else. If it's a lot of money for you, please don't date. Please don't date. Build yourself up. And I mean that with a lot of love. I mean that like an older brother. You don't want to be dating when you're looking at how much you need to spend. Like, obviously, there's a limit to everything, but don't be dating if you don't have expendable income, because having a woman in your life is a luxury. Having an attractive girl around you that's with you is a luxury, okay? Women are a luxury. I say this over and over again. A woman will rarely, if ever, build you up in life unless you have a platform that you can use. And what I mean by that is a woman can add value to your life by being beautiful, by being arm candy, by being this person that emotionally supports you. She can do all these things, but only if you're able to emotionally support her, only if you're able to take care of her. Because the moment that you're not able to provide for her, she becomes very, very draining, a very big nuisance. She can nag you, she can become unfulfilled, and she can do things that actually hurt you as a person. When a woman is not happy in a relationship, it destroys your functionality. But when a woman is happy, taken care of, doing well, she actually makes your life a lot better, because it's easy for her to be with you. And that takes a little bit of financial expense. The anniversaries, the birthday, the Valentine's Day dinner, Christmas, you're gonna have to spend when you have a woman in your life. I'm just keeping it real. So do you have to be rich to date a girl? No, but you need to have expendable income. You don't need to be a millionaire. You don't even need to make six figures a lot of times. I know it sounds controversial, but yeah, like in some cities, you don't need to. In Cleveland, Ohio, you make 80, 90K. That's a lot of money here. But in Miami, it's different. But you just need to be able to take care of yourself and have a little bit of money to bring someone along with you. Bring her into your authentic lifestyle. The other thing about paying first on the date is leadership, okay? It's showing her that it's not about the money, it's about our connection. You don't have to worry about that, babe. I got it. Women want a man that's successful. Just like you want a girl that's pretty, come on. Like, you don't want to date ugly women as a guy. Women want men that are successful. And oftentimes we demonize women for wanting men that are successful. But if I had a daughter, an 18-year-old daughter, and she loved, her boyfriend very much, I would first make sure that her boyfriend was successful. If she wanted to marry a guy, I would make sure that he's successful, because I need to make sure that this man has the ability to take care of my girl, God forbid if something were to happen. It's not that I want her to rely on him. Like, I can always take care of my children. I don't have any kids, by the way. But I want her to be with a man that's secure, that's stable. And your income is a reflection of your habits. Your income is a reflection of who you are as a man. So you gotta have money. You gotta have a little emotion. You gotta have things going for you. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta be able to save. You gotta be able to invest. Check out my group down below where I give up my stock options. A little plug-in for me. But you've got to be able to get your money up as a guy in order to impress women. Another thing is, it gives off a lot of masculine energy. Women want men that are successful, right? But they want men that take initiative, that take control. This is my bill. I'm taking you here. You're with me. That's how it is. A lot of women talk about how they want to turn off their brain when they're with a guy. I don't necessarily think it needs to be that extreme, but a woman should feel like she's with a man that can take care of literally anything, that can go through a wall for her. That's where she gets really turned on. That's where she gets like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. And that's what you want as a man. Think about it like this. Would I rather be in a relationship with a girl that can yell at me, can scream at me, can say, I pay half the bills around here. I can do what I want. I can go out with my friends. I can do what... I don't want that. Trust me, I don't want that. I'd rather be alone and single than deal with that type of shit. I'd rather be alone and single than deal with a girl that's trying to boss me around, okay? The dynamic I want in a relationship is that she listens to me. She's looking up to me, which is kind of weird because I'm not the tallest guy around. I've dated women that are taller than me. One of my exes was 6 foot. Besides the point, she's caring about me. She wants to talk to me. She wants to follow my lead. She revolves her life around me. Sounds bad, but it's the truth. And that's the dynamic of all my relationships. I want the girl to listen to me. So at the end of the day, she's with me. We're out together. I've invited her out. I've had the FaceTime call with her to test her out and see if she's a cool person. I've gone on a smoothie date to make sure that she really likes me for me, because if she says no to coffee or smoothie, guess what? She don't fucking give a shit about you. And all these girls saying, I would never go on a coffee and smoothie date, put them to the side. Let them age like wine or milk, whatever they age as. They are not for you because they are not necessarily caring about the interaction. They care about the dinner. They care about the food. They are begging for the food because they need to be fed. That's really all it is. If a girl really fucks with you, if a girl really likes you, she's gonna be able to just show up and have a glass of water with you, genuinely. But at some point when she does that and she puts herself out there and she makes herself available to you, you need to, in a way, reward that behavior and say, hey, look, I appreciate that you showed up here and had this cup of coffee with me. Let's go on a nice date because I really, really like you. Because that's what makes girls happy. And it's not in the way that you think. A girl can eat a dinner and like food cooked from home. For her, it's more of a sign of validation that I have done something to impress this man. She tells her friends, I'm going out to dinner. Girls have clothes and dresses in their closet that they have been waiting to take out for the right guy. You want her to be able to experience that, put on all her makeup, get dressed to the brim, and then show up for you. Girls love that. And there's some things that you need to understand. We are not the same. Women and men are very different. For men, we would rather sit at home, hook up with a girl, have some nice food, and chill. Girls don't want that. Girls want to be outside. They want to be seen. They want to be showed off. They want a lot more. And even though we live in these polar opposites, we have to learn to compensate. Sometimes taking a girl out to dinner is not necessarily for you, it's for her. Sometimes taking her to an event is not for you. Sometimes it's for her. But in return, she's going to reciprocate that and do things for you. She's going to cook for you. She's going to clean for you. She's going to give you that massage. She's going to watch your TV show that she doesn't even really understand or like, but she's going to do it because she cares about you. She's going to hang around you while you play video games and just sit and chill. She's going to sit in bed and scroll on her phone while you're up working late at night. She's going to be at dinner with you sometimes. A lot of times when I'm at dinner with a girl I really like, I'm on my phone working. So she's enjoying the dinner, she's with me, and I'm getting some work done, and that's the dynamic that it is. Sometimes in relationships, you have to compromise. And I think that a lot of times it's better to pay on the first date. In fact, every time it's better to pay on the first date than to have her split the bill or do certain things like that, because it lowers your negotiation power in the relationship. It lowers your role as a leader. It kills your masculine energy, and it effectively creates more doubt, creates more room in her that she can go find somebody else, because another guy will pay that dinner. If she's a pretty girl, another guy will show up. So the bare minimum that you can do is take care of the dinner. But obviously do this when you verify that she's someone you want to take care of the dinner for. Every time I'm out to dinner, I take care of the food around me because that's just who I am, and I've been able to do well in my career. But one thing I always verify is that I only get dinner, I only sit down and eat with people that I really, really like. I only hang out and break bread with people that I really care about. I'm very isolated. I'm very much to myself. I'm not going out to random dinners with random girls. I only am seen at dinners or at public places in a dating restaurant with women that I like. Dinner is intimate. Dinner is not just you getting to know somebody. It's when there's already a little bit of emotion there. So don't rush to take a girl out to dinner. But if you are, definitely pay for the date.